My name is Lily Sakai, and I'm a personal producer with the CV agencies. I am actually from Louisville, Kentucky. I was raised there. My family had a restaurant. That's our family business. Growing up, it was very difficult because I was raised in a very traditional Chinese Asian household, but then I was born here, so I was also very Americanized. I went to school, I spoke English, so it was a constant conflict between trying to be Chinese for my family and then American for my friends. But like I said, we had a restaurant back home, and while all my friends were going out and to the mall, to the movies, having sleepovers, I had to work at the restaurant. So from a very young age, all I knew was just work. Saw it in my parents, saw it in my mom, my siblings. Aside from working at the restaurant, my sisters, they also had their own nail salon. So like I said, being a business owner and working, I didn't really ever play any sports. I was interested, but I never started. But the one thing I knew from a very early age is that I think I could sell. I think something that kind of made me realize that was we used to do volunteer work. And one of the things that I remember doing was that we had to collect money for this program called the March of Dimes, which is basically you collect money for babies with birth defects. And if you can get someone to donate $20, they get a little beanie baby. So I was the top youth collector for like 3 or 4 years in a row. So that dawned on me. I was like, oh, I think I have the gift of gab, you know? I got people to donate money. When I was 17, my very first job, I started working at the mall, and that was so much fun. I loved dressing people. I loved getting people to spend their money, and it made me realize that maybe I'm meant to do something in fashion. So I mean, I went through a whole roller coaster of, what am I supposed to do with my life? I thought I wanted to be a teacher. I thought I wanted to be a psychologist at one point. And then when I was in high school, I took a sewing class. I started working at the mall, and then it all just kind of came together for me. My thought was, I'm meant to be in fashion. So I went to my family and I said to them, when I was 17, applying for colleges, I told them, listen, I can apply for college and go to 4-year university just to make you happy, but I probably won't do much with the degree, and it'll probably be a waste of your money and my time. Or let me go to fashion school, and I promise I will not screw up my life. It was probably one of the most serious conversations I've ever had with them, that they actually took me seriously. So they agreed to let me go to fashion school. I applied to go to FIDM, which is the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising in downtown LA. Got accepted, came out, did a tour of the school and everything with my brother, and decided that that's where I'm gonna be. A month after I graduated from high school, I was 18 years old, packed my bags, everything that I could, and I moved out to here, to LA, to pursue my passion for fashion. So I was working in retail. I was working at the mall still while I was going to school, and I did that for about 1.5 years. I was living less than paycheck to paycheck. It wasn't working out for me. So my second year of school, I decided that I had to get out of retail. So I posted my resume on Monster, and I got called in by the agency for an interview. Not really sure what I was going in for. I just knew that I have an interview lined up. I'm gonna go in and see what it's all about. And it probably wasn't until my third interview, Mr. Cohen says this all the time, here I am, this young 19-year-old walking in his office with a clear purse, not really know what I was being interviewed for, but it wasn't until my third interview that I realized that, oh, I'm here to sell life insurance. I can do that, it sells, right? I can do this, no problem. I was hired to be an agent, and I have to say that probably my very first month, I thought, oh yeah, I'm selling, I'm good, it was easy. Well, the second month came around, and then the third month came around, and I just struggled. I mean, anyone who said that they've never struggled in this business, I don't think they're telling the truth because I struggled so hard. I mean, it got to one point in my life where I remember so clearly. It was November of 2003. My rent was $650. I had $489 in my bank account. I was broke. Mr. Cohen said to my manager at the time, he's like, look, here's Lily. She's been moved around a couple of times. See what you can do with her. I mean, I was on the list to be terminated. So I had this great manager who took me under his wing, and he really put the belief in me. He took me out to the field. He showed me how the job was done. And he basically told me that, look, whatever I'm doing right now, you can do it too. Like, you just have to believe in it. So he took the time to teach me, to train me. And I was just so grateful that someone gave me that kind of attention that everything he taught me, I mean, I seriously try to copy him 100%, from the way he held his pen to the way he told his joke, where he would pause and kind of give a little chuckle. I mean, I copied everything, exactly. It was such a journey that I went on because that was December of 2003. A couple of months later, I was doing a little bit better. I wasn't doing anything great. I wouldn't even say it was anything significant, but I just saw little bits of improvement. And I just remember thinking to myself that if I can just do better every single month, if I can just do a little better than the month before, I'm just happy. Back then, I was maybe making $24,000 a year. So I crossed my fingers and I was just like, if I can just make what I was making in retail, I'll be happy, right? And I guess my first success story that I can tell is that, my very, very first year at American Income, which was 2004, because I was hired May of 2003. So my first year, I made $74,000. I was only praying for $24,000 and I made $74,000. If I can just do this every single year, I'd be happy. But the great thing about being with the agency is that my life, my income, my production, it literally has gotten better every single year. So here I am.